Welcome. My name is Melissa Brace, and today we are going to do a channeling of the Animal Collective. So I think it's been in our awareness, a lot of us, a lot of synchronicities and extra movement having to do with animals. And as we speak, my sweet dog Indigo is right at my feet, and we're kind of touching paws. So that's really cool to be able to be with her. She always makes everything okay for me. She makes me happy. I keep feeling spirit messages from Animal Collective. So just like human beings have a mass consciousness or a human collective in different layers, so do the animals. So I am going to start by telling a little bit of a story. I had this experience. I was moving and borrowing my dad's truck a couple of days ago. And I went outside. It was noon, 11, 12. I don't know what time it was. It was sunny, shiny. And I was looking across the street from his house, and he's got a very large yard, and he lives out by the lake, and there's been a lot of flooding in the area where he lives. And so I just was standing there and getting the keys ready and all that kind of stuff to go on the moving adventure, moving furniture, clothes, lots of things. So I was just standing there, and I saw a bobcat across the street in the neighbor's yard, which is also large. And he was just living it up. He was just jogging across the yard, just kind of like loving life and being happy, really bouncy. And he just stopped right in the middle of the yard, which is, again, very large. And he rolled over, and he threw his legs in the air, and he scrubbed his back in the grass, and he was having a great time, just rolling, having a good time. And I thought, what's going on here? Like, I don't see bobcats in the yard. His little tail was this big. To me, he looked like he was a teenager, maybe not a full-grown bobcat, but his tail was just stark white, and his little paws were in the air, and just having a good time. I mean, literally, like, I could just feel him loving life. So I kind of moved around and went to see if he knew I was there. And he kind of looked at me and was like, And he did know I was there. And he kept rolling in the grass, and he kept moving around, and just agile. And it's like he just was joyous. I can't even describe it. Like, he just felt strongly joyous. And pretty soon, as he was rolling around, the mail truck came, around the corner, and he looked up, and he gave it that, excuse me, that teenager, like, ugh, how dare you mess with my joyous moment look, teenager-y, right? When he saw the mail truck coming, and he went, like, it really literally took a deep breath, like, and got up and sort of just pranced off into the woods. Little tail. And I thought that was joyous. And, when you're in the middle of moving and not knowing what's going on and what everyone else is doing and all those things, it's stressful. Like, you know what? I don't want to move ever. And so I was kind of having a stressful day, but that just reminded me in a way to remember to love every day of life, love life, the adventure of life, even in the bad moments. And so as I start now, the Animal Collective is starting with this, and I was saying a couple of prayers and getting grounded before I started the video. So I am ready. We've got some winged beings. So in my shamanic practices work, my energy frequency shamanic practices work, I love to connect with the animals. And sometimes we would call it, like if you've been seeing an animal, we might call them an animal totem or a sign that you can look up on the internet, and each animal could say some purposes why they are, being very being seen, and so give you some hints and some direction and some guidance in your life. So if you've been seeing any animals, I've been seeing some turtles, a bobcat, and some really cool birds. So if you've been having anything like that happen, look them up under animal totems or shamanic animal meanings. So it might give you a little hint of, some guidance and direction for yourself. And that has been good for me in my journey in the last couple of weeks. So I'm going to start the channeling. And they are saying, we want you to know. So in a collective, I'm not focused on one animal. I'm focused on a collective consciousness of the animal kingdom. And they're saying, we want you to know that we are also shifting and growing, and we can feel the earth changes. We know there's something up with the earth changes and the weathers that are a little bit hinky. If it's snowing at the end of May and the beginning of June in places, and lots of floods and things and disastery moments in all over, at least the United States and possibly elsewhere. They can feel it, and they just want us to know that they understand that we are all evolving a little bit, and that they've been feeling it for many years, and they know what's up. And they are saying more waves are coming, and that they want to, they're here and want to support us, human beings, in helping the planet come back into more healthiness and wholeness. That they know inside their collective, their consciousness, the animals, even if they don't chat in English or in Italian or, any dialect or language except animal language, that they want to do this with us. And so they just wanted to say that we are walking along with you, and we hope for the earth to be whole and healed. And they are going with us along these steps, the evolution, the awakenings. And again, they know there are earth changes and shiftings. They do not want this to sound scary. But if there are any more rains or droughts or earthquakes or anything like that going on, they want us to know that they are also going through this with us, and want to heal the planet. So this is part of what's happening when we're watching weather changes and things like that. Yes, it's possible global warming, and maybe we shouldn't be dumping toxic things into our waters or fracking or things like that. They're saying the things that human beings do, most of us, and some not really on purpose, but some on purpose. It's time for us to be aware of those things, and we are, and come together, including with the animals, because they also care about if the earth is tainted or the waters are tainted. And so many of us, I know many people that care very much about the air, the water, the earth, and are doing their part every day to be healthier and to recycle and all of the things. So they're saying the waters as well. So we've got, this is a blue planet and a green-brown planet as well, meaning earth green, like greens and brown as the earth, and blue as the blue waters. And they're saying to the depths of the waters, the animals can feel it and know that we are in the middle of great change. They want us to know that just like in humanity, most of them, a lot of them are really good and working toward the highest good, and some of them are a little bit jerky or maybe a little imbalanced, and as well. So just know, all of a sudden, all of the wild animals, like all the rhinoceros, are not going to come up and give us kisses. But they do feel the earth shifting, and that we should pay attention and love one another and do our best to help heal the world. Just our own footprint, our own ways, in our own ways. And they thank you because humanity is waking up piece by piece as they are as well. And they are going to show themselves in different ways to all of us. And just remind us that we are all connected. We are all one. And that God is in each of us. That's interesting. I hadn't expected them to say that. There are more things we will find out as we go along about animals. And they do understand the existence of multi-dimensions. Some of them are saying that cats do notice. So things that are unseen to most of us humans, and possibly like what I would call the ethers or spirit, cats can tell, and the dogs, yes, they do see some of this in the multi-dimensions. They're saying that there's great love here and great light within all of us, and we're on the right path. Here's a spirit message from the winged creatures, the winged beings. So the winged ones are going to show a different perspective to humanity because, if you had wings, you could look from way above, and you could go 3 different cities without getting gas, right? You might need a snack or sit on a branch for a little bit, but the perspective is different from the view is different from the sky. So they are bringing connection and a whole lot of signs and messages from our loved ones from spirit, and as well as kind of pulling together. It's almost like pulling together the shoestrings a little bit, tightening the shoelaces in our awareness and our consciousness shifting. So the winged ones are showing a different perspective to us. So I like that. I'm feeling whale energy. And so to me, in at least my perspective and my belief, Melissa, they're very advanced. They've been around for millions of years, and they know things, and they are very connected to God. They have not lost their God connection. And they're saying, we know. And we bring in, pardon me, I'm having some mosquitoes going on. I'll be a little bit itchy later. Last week it was chiggers, now it's mosquitoes. But it's June, and it's a gorgeous evening, so, who cares? But they're saying that the whale collective is very advanced, and they're very kind and gentle. And knowing, they also know about the celestial beings. They also know about the heavens, so the energy layers. And they're saying that they are very aware for a very long time of much shifting going on, and the awakening in humanity and the rest of the earth. That includes all the creatures and beings and energies of the earth. And they are saying that they just want to lend us great support and great love and knowing. So they are helping us while we sleep and while we go along on our daily lives to sort of download an understanding and codes, which would be the codes of the new codes of the matrix. Those are, words, spiritual words. So the whales are really helping with that. Our awareness grow. Also our perspectives in different directions. And so the winged creatures, the birds, were saying they were helping us understand from different perspectives as well. They feel different, though. Their frequencies are different. And they're saying that we have a lot of unseen help, and that the the creatures and the animals in the woods and in the forests and the waters and the domestic animals. They can all feel it, and they're here to walk with us. And they're excited to be here at this time while we learn and grow, and we recognize that God is in everything. I have a spirit message from a fox. I'm seeing a fox. So if anyone's seen a fox lately, this one says that was a good choice to somebody out there. It was a good choice for you to be observant, pay attention, and it's not necessarily saying sly like a fox, but he's saying to pay attention and watch, and that has helped you on your path. You're getting ready to have a new awareness, a new opportunity. Like it feels like you're float, like you can go quicker. You understand. You're ready. Open doors, opportunity, newness. So the fox, no doubt, will show him or herself to you. Upcoming again. It'll be really cool. I'm doing a YouTube.
Oh, okay.
I'll be right in.
That's fine. I'm just going to say hi.
Okay, I'll be in 5. And I am seeing a rabbit as well. This is funny. I was doing a reading the other day, and I said I'm seeing a rabbit. Sometimes I see guides and guardian angels, loved ones, and the first one that showed up for this really cool lady was a rabbit. And she goes, "Oh, I've had a rabbit. I love rabbits." So it fit, it worked, but I'm seeing a rabbit. So there's a spirit message from the Rabbit Collective saying you'll know, and luck is on your side. Lucky. Kind of winking. And thank you for all of you awakening to be more healthy in the last years, wanting to be more healthy or health conscious. This one's neat. I'm seeing an owl, and about a week ago, I did not see the owl, but I was hearing it outside, kind of going, hoo, hoo, hoo. And the owl here is saying, I am not foretelling any negative things. Sometimes in different cultures, owls sometimes foretell bad things, death, or some bad things. This is not what the owl is here for today. The owl is saying the awareness is growing, and there's knowledge, awakening knowledge for each of us. And so with each step we take in every daily life, we will really recognize what directions we want to go in, what people we want to be around, what we want to do, and it'll feel like any places that we've been blocked or we just couldn't figure it out, that we will start coming back into flow again in knowledge and wisdom. And so they have great things to tell humanity. And so the Owl Collective, or the Owl Medicine, will be kind of whispering to all of us some truth and wisdom, like ancient understanding. He's winking. He is saying they're sometimes very much in cahoots with the celestial beings or the star beings as well. And they do understand also the different dimensions, layers, different dimensions. It's really lovely. I like that. They're not always bad. So there are some darker energies sometimes that sometimes owls are associated with. certainly they're not all that, and there are good things to learn. Wisdom, goodness. I am seeing a mouse, and that's funny to me, because I'm going, what would a mouse have to say? And they're saying, we scurry along and we pick up a little bit of food and we put it over here and we scurry. And they just want us to know that we are, if you would like to focus on feeling good, feeling better, many of you have not been feeling great, heavy, tired. When it's time, you are going to realize that your bodies are starting to feel a little bit better, and you can get things done quickly, and there's no need to fear. It's not the end of the world. Like, there's not an apocalypse coming, but things will be simplified in the next years. We will learn how to simplify and have everything we need abundantly. So, and our movement, like, you know how, like, you think of a mouse can move along really quickly, then maybe some of our bodies that feel lethargic or heavy might be able to, we'll notice notice our bodies feeling a little bit lighter. And we'll be able to get tasks done quicker and with more ease. And they're saying we'll just help lead you quietly, not in our houses with our breadcrumbs. Nope. The Animal Collective is also saying for all of us, like, this is a spirit message for us to remember to dream, keep focused on our heart's desires and dreams and wishes, and that they will also help us as they wish for us good. And it will behoove us. I'm seeing a horse with hooves. It will behoove us to think in those terms. So all of us everywhere have been hurt by other people, annoyed by other people, dislike other people. Someone dislikes us. Someone's, been hurt by us. And it would behoove us all, is what they're saying, to release some of that. And, like, you don't have to call everybody or tell them, like, from 1980, I'm really sorry what I said that one time or what I did, but you might want to say, whew, I'm sorry if I hurt anybody anywhere, and I ask for forgiveness, free and clear. Ho'opo'ono prayer is a good one on this one, and to also forgive others who have really hurt our feelings, harmed us, lied, cheat, steal, betrayed, all those things, and wish the best for them, because in this, it sends out an energy even into the animal collective for the highest good for all. And so they are doing that for us as well, even though humans sometimes have been pretty vile to all of the animals in all ways. In the seas, in the skies, on the lands. We've been pretty rude and harmed a lot of animals in our lifetime. And they're saying, we're not saying that about, yes, in times we have eaten them for nourishment, but they're saying, just like the apathy and just really disregard for animals. They wish for us the best, and it would behoove us to learn how to do that toward them and others to the best of our abilities. And that this horse in particular is saying, the Horse Collective, if those of you who are equestrian people and love horses, if the horses have been a little agitated or a little bit off, they are feeling great energy shifts, they understand. So they might be, possibly one or two of them been acting up just like human beings are, in the energy there's a little discomfort here and there. So they're saying, again, I love this. It will behoove you all to forgive and hope and wish the best for each and every one, including the animals, as they are doing this toward us as well. They're rooting for us. They want us to win, to rise up. And the turtle. I'm seeing the turtle. As the turtle pulls their head out of the shell. Some of them live for like a really long time. Some of them don't. They have a protective shell. They're saying, go at your own pace. Be kind to yourselves. And not only love one another and be as kind as you can to one another. See, someone's like, clear your windshield and release all judgments and prejudices of others, but do this to yourself in the mirror, and it will really help you to keep that protective shell around you, as well as be ready to be on the road and on your path and know your direction and purposes, but be very kind to yourselves and remind yourselves that you love you, you're worthy, and you are safe. So this Turtle Collective would like us to know that we are safe, and let go of all judgments of ourselves or self-hatreds or one of the things that I've worked on in my entire lifetime that has been a tough one for me is self-sabotaging words and putting myself down. And he's saying it's time to let go of all of that. This is not about ego, like I'm great and wonderful above anybody, but it's about self-love. The little turtle shell will keep us protected and safe and on our journey in each one of us in our own paces. They wish us well and wish us great love, and keep your eyes open, even if it's TV, even if it's a funny symbol and not a live animal. Watch for the animal signs and signals that will be bringing us some unmistakable signs and signals, and that they are here to walk with us. We're all in this together. And one last message, they're saying, if you have any dreams with animals in it, look them up also, like in animal totems or shamanic animal meanings. It might give us, some, unfolding or uncover some ideas or perspectives or some directions for us as well. So I say thank you to the Animal Collective and ask that they all be blessed and loved and safe, and their highest goods, all the beings and the creatures of the planet, be taken care of today. Thank you. I hope this was fun, and blessings to you all. See you soon.